Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Resident Evil 4 Remake gun comparison. We have the Striker. Now, these Strikers, they have the same mechanic, both Resident Evil 4 Remake and the OG one. In the OG one, the Striker has a firepower of 12, firing speed of 110, it has a reload speed of 167, and it has a capacity of 28, but when you exclusive the Striker in Resident Evil 4, it has a capacity of 100. So you're going to be firing this thing for a good while before you run out. Now, in the Resident Evil 4 Remake model, however, it has a firepower of 16.2. So it's 4 points stronger than the OG one. It has a capacity of 24, so it's 4 shells below the original. It has a reload of 6 rounds at a time, but its reload speed is 0.62. And it has a fire rate of 157. So, with that being said, you have to wonder as far as which shotgun is better. If you're going for capacity, you're just going to lean towards the OG one, 100 versus the 24. But when you exclusive the Striker in Resident Evil 4 Remake, however, the 24 with the 2 times multiplier, you're going to have 48 rounds. So it's not as close to half of what the OG one represents, since it has 100 versus the 40, since it has 100 to the 48. So it's a huge gap when you're talking about capacity. But if you're going for firepower, I would lean towards the remake model of the Striker, since it has a 16.2. So it will clean mobs rather quickly. And on top of that, when you add the fire rate being at 157, it's going to keep doing work. All right, it's going to keep doing work. The reload being at 0.62 versus 167. I believe, since considering it only has 48 rounds versus the OG one with the capacity at being 100, it's going to take some time, but you're going to be reloading rather quickly. Since it's 167, capacity of 100, you kind of see where that goes. So it still comes down to preference as far as which shotgun do you like rocking more. If you ask me, I would rather just go with capacity being at 100, because at some point that 48 is going to run out. And while you're reloading, I still have capacity in me, so I could keep dishing out more shells, dealing more damage. And then, of course, over time, I will start to reload. But by that time, you're already on your second to third reload, considering it's 48 versus my 100. So if you're talking about over time, I would say the Striker OG one from Resident Evil 4 will outlast the remake model longer, just because of the capacity being so high. But you'll be taking less shots to kill people with the remake model, considering the fact that it's at 16.2 versus the 12. It's not much difference, but considering the enemy type that you're going up against, that 4 points will make a huge difference, considering in Resident Evil 4. So it's still in the ballpark, but it's up to you. It still come down to preference at the end of the day as far as which shotgun you like best. So that covers the shotguns, and I will be moving on to the next category. So I'll see you in the next.